I just got back from a due diligence trip in Denver with one of our money managers. One evening we were having dinner and an advisor sat next to me at the table. He was mid-career, successful, clearly thoughtful about his business, and we ended up talking. He started venting about conversations he had recently been having with another firm about their, quote, deal. And all the back and forth and the negotiations that went along with that, what they were going to offer him to join their firm. He had spent weeks focused on getting the best upfront payment, negotiating what he believed was a fair equity valuation, basically securing the best headline economics for his practice. And as I listened, something stood out to me. Even if it was somewhat subconscious, I think it's human nature almost, that when you feel like it's a negotiation, there must be a winner and a loser. He was using the same framework many of us used 6 or 7 years ago. And here's the part most advisors are only now beginning to understand. At this point, we've seen a lot of those negotiations and those deals recap. And it's made it clear that a lot of those original structures were not negotiated well for advisors. Not because advisors were unsophisticated, but because many didn't fully understand the valuation mechanics behind the equity partnership deals. When you don't understand how enterprise value is actually calculated, how growth is created, how dilution works, or who really benefits from the future recap events, the firm automatically has the upper hand. In my opinion, what this advisor and many others haven't fully grasped is that the landscape has fundamentally shifted. We're no longer in an era where the recruiting advantage is about the biggest check or the cleanest upfront package. The arms race is over. Well, at least for advisors that are growing. What advisors are starting to figure out is who truly benefits in these structures. Because the new recruiting arms race is about capability and capital. It's about which platform can actually help you scale. Fully integrated, institutional grade technology, real investment in marketing and brand, and access to recruiting and acquisition opportunities in an era where many advisors are looking to retire. Human capital. Compliance, operations, admin, marketing, all that an individual RA can't easily build. And growth capital aligned with long-term enterprise value, not short-term production. Educated advisors aren't just evaluating offers anymore. They're evaluating platforms, structures, and incentives. The question is no longer, what's my deal? It is, what can this firm help me build over the next 5, 10, or 15 years? And just as importantly, if I'm still growing, how does this model ultimately create more value for my business when that time comes? Many advisors and many firms are now realizing that organizations are unwilling or unable to reinvest. They can't modernize fast enough, and AI is no longer conceptual. And let's be fair, they're operating under a capital structure that primarily benefits management, not the advisors whose business actually generates the revenue. You have to understand all this. Most capital structures are designed first for management and investors, unless they're intentionally built otherwise. And firms that don't modernize, don't reinvest, and don't align equity correctly, well, they're going to lose talent, and even if they're profitable today. Recruiting has become strategic, capital has become a tool, and scale has become a requirement, not a luxury. Advisors who recognize this early and enter conversations more educated will have more leverage. They're going to choose better and more meaningful partners and will maintain far greater control over their ultimate future. I'll leave you with this. If you're still negotiating like it's 2018, you may be missing what really matters in 2026.